Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is where you are, and welcome back to another episode of Something on the Lens. Let me sort that out. Yep, there we go, that's better. Right, there we go, we are back. Welcome back. It's been a little while, so we've made a couple of changes. First of all, today I'm using the handheld camera. The reason why I'm using the handheld camera is because quite often I say, look, over there, there's that thing, and then I can't zoom in. If I zoom in, there you go. That's one of the local wildlife birds. It lives on one of the local ponds. If you know what breed it is, please leave it down in the comments below, because I'm no good. If there's any bloddies out there, let us know. So yeah, I'm going to start using this camera. I'm going to buy a gimbal for it so as it goes a bit smoother. But as you can see, I've still got the GoPro. That's what would normally be strapped onto my chest. Yeah, I'm changing things about a little bit. So yeah, we're going to be using this camera for the time being. And today, all we're going to do is we're going to go through and we're going to give a little walkthrough, a little talk about what's changed since I've been away. And then at the end of the video, I'll explain why I haven't made any videos in a little while, and you'll be able to see the injury I sustained. So first of all, for starters, this area here, this was being used by the Orpingtons. And as you can see, the gate was just basically opened on it. That was the easiest way. The Orpingtons do still sleep in there, which is good. But currently they're mixing with the rest of the flock, which, with it being winter, and the way how the mud production is currently up to 1000%, it's actually worked out slightly for the best that they are out and about. Now, unfortunately, one night when I wasn't able to get down here to sort them out, there was a fox attack or two, and we lost Mrs. E. She was more than likely unable to run away quick enough. So we lost Mrs. E, but we've still got the other 5. We also, if I remember rightly, I believe at the start of the last video I'd done, we had 12 ducks. We are down to 6. So we lost some ducks as well, which is upsetting. But what makes it even more upsetting is if you have a look at these ones. I zoom in. Look at the tails. See that curly bit on the tail? That one's got one, that one's got one, and that one's got one. They've all got them. That is the normal Aylesbury sign that that's a male. If they didn't have the curly feather at the back there, and it was just a straight up tail, they'd be female. But I've still got the runner there, and these other grey and white ones that are going around. So it'll be interesting to see. Oh, you might have just heard the turkeys. They got big. So yeah, right, time to ski down the hill. And it is literal skiing. And we'll go down here. So first of all, we got a cake and present. Nothing has really changed with them. They've adopted one of the growers they've adopted, and have got in there with them. And yeah, nothing's changed with them. They're still the same as normal. So these guys, the growers, their door is open because the cage has just turned into a total, look at it, you see it in there, it's just a total mud bath. It's horrible. But they like going back in there. So I've left the cage open for them. But yeah, trying to encourage them to sleep elsewhere. But again, there's a load of cockerels in there as well. So in with the bantams. We got the Survivor. You may remember the Survivor was a little tiny chick, and it was just getting about as big as the bantams the last time we filmed. Now look at her. She's like, hey, I'm a Sussex. I'm not a bantam. So yeah, she's a big old girl. They did, when I say they, I mean the wife and her friends. They did chuck Mrs. Blue in here. Where she just ran off to. Let's find her. She just ran off somewhere. And she dived in there. Yeah, there she is. So they did chuck Mrs. Blue in here, purely because she was being henpecked all the time. And so she's been in here 3 weeks, and you can see where the feathers are growing back now on her back, which is fantastic. So I might be doing that with some of the other ones that are getting a bit henpecked. Just fling them into there on their own, and then moving along. This is where I had the older growers, but you might be able to see that these guys are a little bit smaller because I had some of the cockerels in there. And yesterday we actually processed the cockerels that were in here which is coming out on Friday actually. This video coming out on Friday. I'm not showing the dispatch in that video. I have got the footage, but I need to decide when it was going out. This guy was saved because he is a leghorn cockerel. Unfortunately, he was scrapping with some of the other ones. That's why he's got a bit of red on his head at the minute while they were locked away. Yeah, so he was getting in there and he was scrapping a little bit with some of them. So, but he'll be staying because he'll be going in with my other leghorn ladies. And then, if we look over here, sometimes you can get them to gobble at you. Gobble, 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 gobble. It's the turkeys. And they're huge. But they're lucky. They've been given a bit of a stay of execution. They were due to be going to auction this weekend, but the auction we were going to be taking them to have turned around and said they haven't had enough entries, so they are going down to a tabletop sale. And to be fair, I'm not going to drive an hour just to get the turkeys somewhere for a tabletop sale, where they may sell or they might not sell. So I'll be offering them up onto Free Loved, or what's it called? Pre-Loved, that's it. That's the one that does the animals. Or somewhere like that. Okay, Snadden, as promised, I did say I would show you the reason why I haven't been getting down the yard and what I haven't been able to do. It's not gruesome, so don't worry too much about that. It's just, yeah, just a little cut on my leg, 12 stitches, 2 nights in hospital, and the inability to be able to walk very well for about 3 weeks. So yeah, it went in quite deep. I do have images of it after it happened, images of it during the surgery. Obviously I didn't take them, they were taken by the doctors, and a few other bits and pieces, but I'm not going to share them because they're quite gruesome and quite horrible. But yeah, accidents happen, things happen, and yeah, it keeps you away from the birds. Thanks for watching, goodbye.